Hello, East Texas, and welcome into Under the Lights Late Night Edition. Dan Millay and Jimmy Searfoss with y'all recapping Week 4 of playoff action here in East Texas. And Jimmy, right off the rip, we were given a false score.
Yeah, we were given some bad information.
Yeah.
How about that, man? Mount Enterprise actually won their football game. Was it 64-58?
I believe so.
Crazy game. And if what I'm seeing is true, and I'm seeing some things saying Kagan Ash rushed for over 500 yards.
That's absurd.
You won't find people rushing for 500 yards on a single season. If I can get taken on this camera for me, please, real quick. Please. Because if you look at that Bremond team, are we not? Okay, yeah. If we look at that Bremond team, it's not like, oh, it's two-way football where these are just little guys. You know, like maybe not the top athletes. That is a team full of big dogs, man. That is a team full of big athletes who can play. So don't tell me that it's just two-way ball and try to, move this record to the side, because Kagan Ash deserves all of his flowers.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Texas Tech commit. It's not like he's, going to some little school somewhere.
Yeah, they tried doing the same thing with Terry Bussey. When he was kicking butt down there in Timpson, they were like, oh, this guy's just playing two-way football. Let's write that off, all those records and all the things that he did down there. But no. This is a good team, and you'll find big dogs everywhere in East Texas, everywhere in Texas, period. Don't write it off because it's two-way ball.
Hey, and remember, we got extended highlights from that Mount Enterprise game. We got about 3 minutes and 40 seconds worth of highlights. Jimmy, you got those. I got Kilgore, Fort Bend, Crawford here in Hunts, Vegas, as the Kilgore Bulldogs meet the Fort Bend Crawford Chargers, two 12-1 teams meeting in the fourth round of these playoffs. We pick things up in the first quarter. Bulldogs with possession. Cason Brooks with the snap. Looks to throw, instead hands it off to Rayshawn Williams, who runs it up the gut. No defenders anywhere in sight. It's a foot race. He wins it. Untouched. Kilgore up 7-3 at this point. And after a goal line stop, Chargers elect to take the 3 points. They line it up. The snap's good, but the kick is blocked at the line. Recovered by a Charger, but it don't matter. Refs say Bulldogs ball on the 20-yard line. Following that blocked field goal, Cason Brooks calls for the snap, throws a screen pass to Joaquin Sheffield. He's got space in front of him, eventually being forced out of bounds there around midfield. A few plays later in Charger territory, Brooks will hand it off to Williams again. This time, Williams following some blockers, cuts left, moves towards the sideline, and stumbles his way into the end zone to put Kilgore even further into the lead just before halftime. Chargers with the ball now, and after a 3-and-out, Braylon Fisher rolls to his left, looks to pass to the near sideline, but LaKelion Graves jumps the route for the turnover. First half, all Bulldogs up 16-3, and they would keep on keeping on in that second half. Kilgore takes down Fort Bend Crawford 30-3, and they'll play the winner of Davenport and Lavernia.
The East Texas Travis Hunter. How about that? All over the field, shut it down, got what he needed to do. All right, Dan. Let me clear my throat.
Some water or something?
Yeah, I got 4 minutes of highlights. Palestine, Texas, Mount Enterprise, Bremond, a battle of the Cats in the regional finals. Let's get into it. Tigers strike first. Sam Kozowski drops back, finds Jeremiah Morgan. Morgan over the line. That's good for 6 points. How about Mount Enterprise? Answering right away. Didn't take long. Kagan Ash sells the fake in the first play of the game. Hits a corner and just does not look back. Little cut there.
Tiptoeing on the sideline.
Into the end zone.
He's powerful.
Kagan.
He's nimble.
He does what he needs to do. Didn't stop there. They go for 2. Joshua Bennett powers it in, baby. Bremond strikes right back. Kozowski to Morgan again. Tigers try this one right back up. It's a track meet from here on out. Kagan Ash takes the handoff, tiptoes down the sideline, breaks free. Kid's got to balance like a ballerina. Huge game. And here's Bennett keeping it to himself. You know they love to go to him when they're on the goal line. How about this one afterwards? Mount Enterprise going for 2. They love to do it. They just forget the kicker. When you can run it like this, man, go for 2 every time. Bremond fires back. Kozowski launches it deep. Hits Jaden Scott in stride. Can't ask for a more in-stride pass than that one. In there for the touchdown. How about a 2-pointer? No, sir. Wildcats deny the Tigers this one. Into the second quarter, Ash swings wide, breaks down, and just hits the outside corner before getting pushed out of bounds and barely, and I mean barely, it sets up the finish. head down, plowing into the end zone. I wouldn't want to get in front of that kid either.
Absolutely not.
And of course, they go for 2. There is no kickers in Mount Enterprise. I looked for one when I was down there, and I couldn't find one. Kagan Ash, though, he's everywhere. Here, that's where the fun begins. Let's go to the second half. Bremond, onside kick for Mount Enterprise. They ended up getting a huge memento switch. Keegan Ash back to it, fighting his way. I've never seen a guy just go, I want to go this way now. Oh, there's guys over there. I'm just going to keep on going, somersaulting his way down in front of the goal line. Wildcats grind it in. And it's Kagan Ash, big surprise. He just breaks the play in there. And yes, they go for 2 it again. Bennett brings it home, as they always do. I mean, the formula seems pretty straightforward there. And then they go for another onside kick. Tanner Wilbur jumps on it. Mount Enterprise takes over, and for the first time all night, Mount Enterprise passes the ball to Kagan Ash. Big surprise. He can catch it. He can run it. What can the kid not do? Tigers try to stop the bleeding. Kozowski to Morgan once more.
Wow.
And he pulls his way through the tackle to Jace Webb, or Jace Webb makes his way into the end zone. And they go for 2. Same duo. This one is also good. It's Mount Enterprise, so they say not so fast. They pass it again to Kagan Ash. Again, no safety help. And he takes it into the end zone. And does he get tired? Do you think he's tired at this point? Look at all the stickers on his helmet. Here's the Tigers answering the run of the touchdown. Tank Scott, they get one in of their own. They try for 2, but the good Tiger duo does it again. How about that? The Wildcats keep on rolling. Kagan Ash around the edge again. Look, this kid is like a 99 overall. He's jogging. That is a jog. That was a jog. Maybe he's tired. He might have had 500 yards tonight. Maybe that stat was accurate. And if you take those stickers and you took one, those could be each 100-yard games. Those could be probably 200 yards games. And big surprise, they went for 2, because why not? That's what they do there in Mount Enterprise. We still aren't done at halftime. Mount Enterprise led 52-36. Okay, we might be done. And I guess
there's the real score. There's the real one.
They fooled us. Our information wasn't great. We thought that Mount Enterprise actually lost this game initially. I guess they won it 64-58 over Bremond, a good Bremond squad. And the record is just going to get even more ridiculous as we continue on. My state champ prediction survives.
Incredible game, incredible highlights, and incredible job there, Jimmy.
Thank you.
4 minutes. I am impressed. Let's go down to Lufkin, where the ARP Tigers are storming the field to take on those big, bad Newton Eagles. ARP's opening drive here. Quarterback Zane Bork rolls to his right, takes off running, picks up about 15 yards, first down and more, but this drive would end on a fumble. No dice on the ensuing drive. The Eagles running back KJ Porter takes the handoff. He'll run all the way to the 1-yard line, and that would lead to a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, so the Eagles are up 8-0. Next Eagle possessions, Porter one more time taking off from midfield, zigzagging through the Tigers and dashing into the end zone. Had another 2-point conversion, put the Eagles up 16-0. But ARP answers. Quarterback Bork passes across the middle where Cornelius Pierce makes a great catch across midfield. Same drive now, second quarter, so we switch sides. Bork hands it off to Josh Smith, who bursts through the middle before being dragged down just inside that 10-yard line. This time it's Bork faking the run, slipping the ball to Smith, who zips into the end zone for the touchdown. 2-point conversion was good. Everybody's going for 2 tonight. Newton up 16-8 at this point, but later on, it's 30-8. ARP's Bork takes it off the kickoff and runs to about midfield before being forced out of bounds. A few plays later, Bork hands to Smith again. He bursts up the middle, and this time nobody is going to catch him. 2-point conversion fails this time, so the Eagles are up 13-14 still, and well, didn't get a whole lot better after that. Let's check out that final score. There it is. Newton 66-20 over ARP. They'll play Tidehaven or East Bernard.
You know, that one's not fair because Newton is a purple team and they're playing in Lufkin, who is another purple team. That is basically a home game.
Someone should look into that.
Meaning they get a stat boost. That's not fair. ARP, great season for the ARP Tigers, who push their way through ups and downs. A lot of ups. Great season for them. Take me down to Rose Stadium. This was a great season. Speaking of Athens, rematch we've been waiting for weeks against Carthage. This is one we've been dying to see. The boys were getting after it in this one. Hard hitting, 0 punches pulled. You saw it right there. Athens getting on the board first, though. It's Javian Taylor making his way into the end zone, plowing through a few tackles, barely inching over the line. Athens takes an early lead. But you know what? The 5-star is going to do 5-star things. KJ Edwards got an inch. He took a mile. Gets in the hard way. Carthage, first touchdown of the night. All of a sudden, that crowd was quiet, but it's the Colorado signee erupting the other side of the field. Crawford jumps it, high steps to the end zone, takes it back for 6. Carthage grabs their first lead of the night, and it would stay that way. The defense really started getting going from here. Watch this Quebec hit. Grabs him. Power slam! Look at that. That did not feel good. He was fired up all night long. Turnovers beginning to pile on after that. Jace Harris is going to read this pass perfectly. Richardson flush out of the pocket, hesitates a little bit, tries to force it. This one ends up getting returned for a big-time chunk, and he goes down right before he took it to the house. Athens needing something, and they look downfield, and another turnover happens instead. This one just kept on piling on. It set up this huge run from Benny Smith. Check the blocking. It is perfect. Carthage showed up tonight in a perfect fashion. Smith is going to get stopped here before he reaches the end zone. This one ends up going into Junior Henderson, the Mississippi signee who signed just this last Thursday as Carthage. Looked as good as Carthage could possibly look tonight. Offense, defense, special teams. Shout out to the Carthage Bulldogs, and they look like they could start getting those rings sized up right about now. They got to play Brock next week. And I will not pick against them. No, you can put the Dallas Cowboys out there. I'm picking the Carthage Bulldogs.
Yeah, agree. All right. Last but not least, out in Henderson, Rams fans feeling good with Joaquin up 7-0 in the first quarter, and it'll get worse for St. Augustine from here as the snap flies over the quarterback Max Renfro's head. It's Aiden Kilpatrick diving on it, so Rams take over with great field position, and they take advantage immediately. Very next play, the handoff goes to Cooper Bragg, breaks away from the pack to put Joaquin up 13-0 after the extra point was missed. That's why everyone's going for 2, because when you go for the extra point, it just misses anyway. Who cares? Wolves not backing down, though, on 4th and short. They got to convert. Renfro dances, picking up first down yardage and a little bit more to keep the drive going, and it's a good thing he did, because later it's a handoff to Andrew Nash, who puts the pedal to the metal, breaks free, finds pay dirt. Wolves also makes the extra point. See what I'm talking about? But they're still down 13-6 at this point. Rams back on offense, doing the unthinkable, completing a pass. Trenton Reynolds lobs it to the tight end, Connor Rios. Nothing comes from it, but worth noting because Joaquin did not complete a pass all last week. St. Augustine back to work, though. Renfro fakes again and then flips it out to Tamarian Cartwright. Watch the senior's epic journey here from one sideline to the other. I see him coming my way. I'm like, come on, buddy. The end zone's right there. Dragged down at the 2-yard line. Knock it out the door. Wolves burst through here thanks to Nash. Kid's second tutty of the half. Ties things up at 13. St. Augustine would go into the half up 16-13 after a made field goal. But in that second half, the Rams, I don't know what kind of sound they just make.
I don't know. They're not known for their noises.
They made a big sound, whatever it was. It was loud and it was powerful. And they win it 35-24. How about it?
Big week, big weekend, big Friday night here, round 4 of the playoffs. And Dan, I do have something that I want to say.
Please.
These playoffs, we're always traveling. You know what I mean? We're always playing teams that maybe we don't see all the time, and we're always going 3 hours to Waco or going to Dallas. But it's something special to happen tonight. We had a game in our backyard with 2 teams that really are East Texas. Carthage, Athens, that's East Texas. And I kept calling this game a love letter to East Texas football fans because this game was special for us. I haven't seen a whole community like I've seen tonight come out for a football game. Let me tell you, Rose Stadium, I got an estimate early on. They said, we'll probably have around 8,000 people. I got a text from that same guy saying, I undersold heavily. The entire place was packed. I talked to some of the Athens fans. They said getting out of Athens 2 hours before the game was the toughest thing he's ever done in the drive to Texas. And that's not even talking about the Carthage fans, because Carthage fans always travel well. They're used to it at this point. And they packed out that side of the stadium as well. And one thing I love about the way Carthage fans travel is that they really don't have a student section. You know, the other teams, they have student sections. Carthage comes with families, because that's what this is to them. This is a community football team, the same way, you know, they have the Dallas Cowboys fans, the same way people root for the Texas Longhorns, people root for the Athens Hornets and the Carthage Bulldogs. And it's really special that we got to have one of our own tonight that was better than any environment in the state of Texas. I would put all of my money on it.
Yeah, like you said, it's bigger than just football all across the state, all across East Texas. So we are lucky that we got that game right here in Tyler in Rose Stadium. All right, we got some top plays here. Let's go out to Kilgore. Bulldogs ball here. Kason Brooks gets the snap, looks to throw, but wait, hands it off instead to Rayshawn Williams. Runs it up the gut. No defenders anywhere in sight. It is a foot race, and he'll go in untouched. I got two in a row here. This is a two-parter, this next one. Joaquin leading 7-0 early, and things will get worse for St. Augustine as the snap flies over the quarterback Max Renfro's head. Aiden Kilpatrick dives on it, so the Rams take over with great field position, and they take advantage immediately. Very next play, handoff goes to Cooper Bragg, who breaks away from the pack to put Joaquin up 13-0 after a mixed extra point, and Joaquin would roll to victory.
Man, I watched this kid sign just 2 days ago. Let me get it to the man, Carson Crawford. I posted this. Man, I got a ton of Colorado fans on my Twitter, and they love the high step into the end zone, man. Can I talk as a Colorado fan, as a Colorado Buff? Dude, I'm so fired up to have this guy on the squad. Buffs are getting a good one in Carson Crawford. He plays mean, and he plays successfully. How about this one? And do I get a two-parter too? Do I get another one after this? Oh, look at Dan hogging all the highlights.
I don't know where the Mount Enterprise one went. It was in there.
It was probably Kagan Ash doing this.
Yeah, literally. I'm sure it was
Touchdown.
Kagan Ash bursting away for like an 80-yard touchdown run.
Oh, there
it
it
is.
All right. Oh, let me guess. Oh, yeah, it's Kagan Ash. Oh, let me guess. He goes for a touchdown. Oh, one missed tackle, two missed tackles, and another attempted on a missed tackle. How about that? Kagan Ash I think that was the first play of the game.
I was going to say, you could just probably put any of his touchdowns. I mean, watching those extended highlights, you were talking, but my jaw was just like, I mean,
like I said,
unbelievable.
Those stickers on his helmet, one of them could be for each 100 yards that he's had this year, maybe as a career. Dude, and the craziest thing is, like I was in the story that I did on him for the Player of the Week. He's wearing Superman shoes. Those are hand-me-down cleats. Those are hand-me-down cleats that he had from a running back that gave it to him that he's learned under his freshman year, dude. It's kind of special, you know?
Yeah.
They must
speaks to that kind of community aspect to all this,
you know,
right?
We're all just borrowing, and, you know, we're all just coming together and having a good time. They're Superman cleats, and he's playing like Superman out there, and I'm willing to bet they're molded perfectly. They got to be broken in at this point.
He's like some kind of combination of Superman and the Flash.
Exactly. He just doesn't go down.
He's unstoppable. All right, let's look back at all of these scores. Only 5 games to show y'all, but let's look back at these scores. Kilgore beat Fort Bend Crawford 30-3. Mount Enterprise did beat Bremond. It did happen. They did not lose. They win 64-58. Newton takes down ARP 66-20. Great season for the Tigers. Carthage over Athens 63-28. And Joaquin, in a strong second half, beats San Augustine. They were losing 16-13 at the break, and they win it in the end 35-24.
Back-to-back seasons for Joaquin, making it to the state semifinals. Back-to-back seasons for entering the playoffs in the bottom half of their district. They just turn it on. Now, what are they doing the rest of the season?
Start, they're like, all right, I guess we'll start.
Like, what are they doing through the other, 10 games that they got going on?
They're like, we'll just get there. We'll figure it out after that. It's fine.
Whatever works, man. Whatever works. They got gold balls.
Yeah, whatever works. All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us here on Under the Lights. Make sure you come back next week. State semifinals. Can you believe it? We'll be here. Join us.